Hey everybody, it's Karen with Food and Family. Today we're going to make a Louisiana Crunch Cake. Now I've searched recipes, I've read recipes, and this is what I've come up with. I kind of put my own spin on everything, and if you know me, you know that's what I do. So let's get started. How about it? So we're going to start out with our butter and sugar, and we're going to cream those together. So I've got 1.5 cups of butter, which is 3 sticks. So let's get that in there. Of course, butter makes everything better, I say. Okay, so we got that. And how much sugar did I tell you? I told you 2 cups of sugar. 2 cups of sugar. 2 cups of granulated sugar, and just kind of level it off with your fingers. It's not perfect. I think it'll be all right. 2 cups of sugar. So let's put our paddle attachment. We're using the paddle attachment. We'll put it on there. Lock it down. And get it to creaming. Now we're going to break our eggs and we're going to add them one at a time. We've got 4 eggs. Let me get something to put the shells in. So the one thing you don't want to do when you're breaking eggs is break eggs in your bowl. You might get some eggshell in there. You don't want a crunchy cake. Trust me, it won't be as good. We'll put a little crunchy topping on it with coconut. That'll be good. Oh, that's looking so good, but I'm going to go ahead and scrape it down. Nothing better than butter and sugar creamed together. Oh my goodness. Get in there. We don't want to lose any of that goodness. Okay, so we're going to turn it back on. Now we're going to crack 1 egg. And we'll put it in the bowl. And while it's creaming, we'll crack the other one. Last egg. So that's 4 eggs. Let's move this out of our way. We don't need these. You rinse my hands off so it doesn't have that eggshell. Raw eggs. So we'll get those eggs going. Turn it up just a little bit. And I'm going to scrape down my bowl again. So I want to make sure it's all incorporated. Now I've got my oven preheated to 325. And this cake is going to take about an hour or so to bake. Next we want to add, we'll refer back to my recipe because I want to make sure I don't miss something. We've got our flour. Well, we don't have our flour yet. We've got our butter and our sugar and our eggs. So now we're going to add our extracts. I've got vanilla and coconut. So we're going to add a teaspoon of coconut extract. Use some good extract. Use real extract, not imitation. You will find that your baked goods come out so much better if you do that. So we've got a teaspoon of coconut, and we're only going to use half a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, that's about half. So you'll be so glad you used it. It's a Madagascar bourbon vanilla, and it is extremely good. So now let's get a bowl. Let's get a separate bowl. While that's mixing up, and I think it's good, we're going to I know it's noisy, isn't it? We're going to measure out our flour, and we've got, let me get my measuring cup. Where did I put it? 3 cups of flour. Again, this is all-purpose flour. It's 1, 2, 3 cups of flour. We want how much salt did I say? A teaspoon of salt. I use table salt, not kosher salt. A teaspoon of salt. And I bought fresh baking powder. Keep your baking powder and your baking soda fresh. If you don't, it will not give you the finished product that you want. So then we've got 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, let's move this out of our way. So we're going to take our little whisk here and just mix it all together. Kind of stir it up, and that way it won't all be in one spot. So, and I've got, here's my milk. Here's my milk. Now we're going to alternate between our flour and our milk. You start with your flour and end with your flour. So we'll put our flour in 3 additions and our milk in 2. We don't need this. It's turned out chili here today. I got some pot of chili going. So that's what we're going to have for supper tonight. And I've got a bundt pan, not a bundt pan, a tube pan. And we're going to grease and flour it, except I use the baking spray that it has the flour and everything in it. So I don't have to stand there and worry about greasing and flouring it. Let's put the rest of our milk. Oh, it's looking so good, y'all. It's a pretty batter. Let me turn that up just a hair. You want to turn it down when you go to put your flour in, because you don't want to wear it and have it all over the kitchen. Don't ask me how I know that. But I do. Okay, let's turn it down. Then we're going to add the rest of our flour. Let's scrape the side of the bowl down so we can make sure we got everything mixed up really well. Alright. Beat it too much, overbeat it, then we'll have a tough cake, and we don't want a tough cake. Take our beater off. Let's get all that goodness off of there that we can. We don't want to leave drop behind, do we? Y'all, this is gonna be so good. I'm so looking forward to this cake. I'm gonna have a piece of this cake with a cup of coffee, or you can have it with tea, whatever you like. Now, when I get done mixing, I like to take my spatula and make sure I go down to the bottom of my mixer, just to make sure that the mixer got everything mixed up good, and it looks like it did. So let's spray our pan. This is the tube pan I use, y'all, and it's got little feet on it, so when you take it out, you can turn it upside down and let it cool. Okay, well, let me move stuff a little bit. So I've got room to groove. There we go. So I'm going to take my batter and just plop it right in the pan. I'm going to turn my pan around. And I'm going to take my spatula and spread it around so I can get it even. Get in there. Get even on the top. And when it rises up, it's going to be so pretty. And it's going to bake up so pretty and crunchy, y'all. Get that off of my fingers. Now looky here. Looky here. See how pretty that batter is? Can you see that? Now we're going to put this in the oven. It's preheated at 325 degrees. And I'm going to bake it for about an hour. I'm going to check it, and then I'll see if I need to add some more time to it. I suspect with my oven I'm going to have to. You may not. So you just check yours after an hour, and then you decide if you need to add some more time. All right, I'm going to wait for this good old cake to come out. We'll be back. Hey y'all, we're back. I've got my cake out of the oven, and I let it cool a little bit. Now, I'm going to have to tell you, I told a story, but I didn't mean to. I was going to put some toasted coconut on top of this, but I don't have any. I would have sworn to you that I had a bag of coconut in my freezer. I always keep it in my freezer, but I didn't. So we're going to slide that onto my my cake plate. Put it on a pretty cake plate. It means a lot when you're serving it. We need some milk. This is Wesley. Wesley is the wizard, and he joins me at Halloween. So, he's a fun little bear. I think I got that out of one of those, or I didn't, my husband did, out of one of those machines, you know, where you put the quarter 50 cents in and get the little claws that grab. So we need, let me read my recipe again, make sure 1 1/2 cups of powdered sugar. Here's a 1/2 cup. 1 1/2 cups of powdered sugar. So we're going to set this to the side. But see, when I realized I didn't have any coconut, I was so disappointed. So I'm going to put a little bit of coconut extract in it. It's going to still be good. So let's measure out our milk. We'll start with 3 tablespoons, and then we'll go from there. 1, 2, 3 tablespoons. And I'm going to put about, 1 cupful is a teaspoon. So let's go with, not quite a teaspoon. Put that back in there. And stir it up. Now you can make it as thick or as loose as you want. So let's put just a tiny bit more. I want a little thinner. Just a little bit thinner. And then we're going to drizzle it over our cake and all over the top and hope it runs down. See how I've got it here? Look. That's the consistency I want. If you want yours thicker, don't put as much milk. If you want it thinner, add a little more milk. Your cake's going to be good either way. So here we go. Let's drizzle it on. Look how it's running off in the plate there. See that? You scoop it up when you cut you a slice. Looky there. Isn't that so pretty? I hope y'all make this. And if you do, let me know how it comes out. Y'all, I hope you enjoy the videos that I've been doing. Please share them, like them, and share them. I would certainly appreciate it. And I like doing it, and I like getting some of my recipes out there where other people can enjoy them, and I hope they do. All right, thanks again. Join me next time. Thank you. Bye.